In fact, let's look at the West Bengal numbers. If you can quickly get that up on the screen. And this is the numbers that we are waiting for. Phase 1. TMC at 49 to 57, BJP here at 89 to 102. So huge gap between the two alliances as far as the BJP and the TMC are concerned. CPM expected to pick up 1 seat. Congress expected to pick up around 2 seats, others at 1. So advantage BJP in the first phase of 152, 89 to 102 is the numbers that BJP is likely to pick up. TMC between 49 to 57. So this is, of course, something that has been discussed. Advantage BJP is something that pretty much all analysts have spoken about. Let's quickly get into numbers on. Niladri, you want to come in on this? Is this the kind of outcome that you expect as far as phase 1 is concerned?
Not exactly these numbers, but I would give a little bit, it will be 70 to 80 for TMC and then balance to BJP.
70 to 80 for TMC and balance to BJP. So there you're saying it's advantage TMC even in the first phase?
Yes, yes.
It's advantage TMC?
Yes, definitely.
So BJP not expected to do well. Pradeep, you agree with that?
Well, first of all, at the outset, I think something which has to be acknowledged, that for the first time in the history of Bengal elections, since 16 assembly elections, 0 incidents of killing in an election has taken place. For the first time, you've seen that in 2021, 1,681 incidents of violence happened in 2021. At this moment, it is not even 50 incidents of violence. So hats off to the security forces.
I think that deserves a big round of applause for the Election Commission. I really think so. The Election Commission, the central paramilitary forces that were deployed, they deserve kudos.
So absolutely, absolutely.
I think to begin a new chapter of elections in Bengal without any killing taking place. Yes, there have been a few incidents of violence even today, but there's been no loss in life, and that is something, Sanjay Jha, you'd like to welcome and actually note a new phase of polling in Bengal.
Well, I want to say one thing. One is the manifestation of violence. The other is the undercurrent of what I would call as serious tensions at the ground level. Now, even your channel reported the aggressive violence that was resorted to. Now, you count violence as the number of people dead. That may not be the case. But as we all recognize, polarization doesn't mean that everything has to be burning. Polarization also means as to the kind of hate or the degree of animosity that is created between communities. And to that extent, I would blame the BJP.
Violence took place earlier, but it was accompanied with deaths. This time, no death has been reported. And let's not get into whataboutery. At least, give the credit where it is due. But Riju Datta is in. Thank you very much, Riju Datta, for joining us. And I know you are going to completely denounce the Election Commission, the paramilitary forces, and all the statements coming in. Also joining us, Dinesh Vashne of the CPI. Welcome to this broadcast, Riju Datta. Happy? Yeah. Highest turnout of voters in phase 1 and phase 2, almost 91% plus, and no death. New chapter in Bengal.
First of all, very, very happy that people have been able to vote and people have come out and participated in this festival of democracy. Second, there has been a death. I'm just updating the viewers of your channel. In Udaynarayanpur, an 81-year-old man who was slapped by CRPF has died. So there has been one death. The CRPF, at the behest of Amit Shah, probably at the orders of Amit Shah, with all these chewing gum observers and so-called specialists, have beaten up 7-year-old kids. These people who do kirtan as Hindu has beaten up Hindu women in Falta. Those visuals are there. Probably Times Now it has not reached Times Now. If they want, I can send the video directly to you, Navika ji. So these are things that have happened. And there has been one death because of a slap by a CRPF Jawan. So this is the thing. But overall, comparative to other years, it has been much peaceful election. I will also say that. But,
yeah. Riju, so, we'll get to the nitty-gritties, but I think we should pull out the phase 2 numbers as well. We've given out the phase 1 numbers, phase 2 and the overall state. Yeah. I think then we'll have a lot more to talk about.
A lot more clarity in terms of the actual state itself. Phase 2 is at these numbers, TMC at 84 to 92, BJP 49 to 57. So TMC has a clear advantage, and this is not really unexpected because last time round BJP's numbers here were 18. So BJP has done much better than last time. This is a phase where TMC continues to dominate as such, but the numbers of TMC, of course, not surprisingly, far better in phase 2. CPM and Congress at 0. Let's quickly get up the overall numbers as far as West Bengal is concerned. These are how it's stacking up. BJP gets the advantage at 138 to 159, TMC 131 to 152, CPM 1, Congress 2. JVC, explain these numbers because you have given a clear majority to the BJP.
But very close. Too
But
close
still
for
very clear.
comfort.
It's not a clear majority. It is tenths short of majority if you look at it. So that's what I said. Phase 1, there was a huge advantage for TMC. Sorry, BJP. Phase 2, it's all there because how much can BJP run? They ran. But have they crossed the finishing line? Or are they left behind? We might have to adjust the numbers also.
So these are not the final numbers you're saying?
These are numbers which we got by 5 p.m. today. Because and also raw numbers, we just fed into the whole thing and gave. We didn't do any analysis, nothing, quality checks, nothing.
So how do you come with this number then?
So
whatever
data we have collected, we have got,
Some people have
we have,
told you.
we have been
Okay,
able to
fine.
pump it. That's it. And also told your team that if we find some discrepancies, we will correct it tomorrow. Because we wanted to release it today.
But largely you think directionally the BJP is ahead?
Yeah, but we need to look at how much BJP has breached today. Because South Parganas and all, they would not have breached.
Okay.
But Hooghly.
Couple of things. I think when it all,
One second. Just
when it
Who
all
is the CPM
started,
seat? Since
Sabha,
you've given a detail, let's no, it's very interesting. I would like to know which is the CPM.
Yeah,
seat.
I'll give you.
Please tell me, and let's hold you to your words, and tell me the Congress seats. I mean, since you're being so specific.
Well, as he
I
goes
would
through the
also
seats,
like to know.
Dr.
yeah,
Ranganathan,
so as before the exit polls were out, I predicted 2 slides and 2 landslides.
This is not a line.
And I don't want to beat my drum, but I think it's going according to what I predicted. 2 slides were Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and 2 landslides were Assam.
And Bengal.
And let me just say this, if you already predict BJP is going to get 140, 150, then in reality they're going to get a landslide.
Even more.
They cannot
I
get this.
agree with that. If it is
Yes.
moving in that direction, it will move further in that direction.
But phase 1 had so much of legs for BJP. Because Amit Shah himself said we will win more than 110 seats. No, we are giving only 101 as the maximum and 89 as the least. But how much can they run in the phase 2? That's my question.
They have, even as per your number, this is very, very
if they run
fast.
this far, they've done it.
If it is this far, then, sometimes it turns out to be a wave election, and I don't know if we are seeing a wave election. Nilati, are you
our surveyors have not been able to get answers from people.
One at a time.
First of all, the second phase is very important. In the last election, it was only 18 seats. Now, today we are seeing that you are giving them around 57 seats. 10% vote share jump would be very difficult for BJP, at least in this phase. Therefore, what you're saying is that these are raw numbers. In the second phase, I agree completely with the fact that first phase may have been very close with TMC and BJP neck to neck. And BJP a little bit ahead.
You are saying that. Even though last time BJP there was 59 and TMC was 92.
Yes.
If they can improve so much in the first phase, why are you saying that it's not possible to do so in the second phase?
Navika, you have to understand the demography of the land. The second phase is the TMC's bastion. The second phase, South 24 Parganas, North 24 Parganas, Howrah, Nadia, these are TMC's bastion.
Okay.
And this has
All
been
right. Riju
all
Datta.
throughout.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Riju Datta, it's very, very close according to JVC's poll. These are raw data. He says corrections will be made as we go along, but extremely close. And that's what we are seeing on the ground, at least in terms of the rhetoric that's coming out. Bahut jhagda hai bhai. That happens when it's very keenly contested.
Okay, Navika ji, just give me 2 minutes of your courtesy. First thing I want to say that in 2021, the poll of polls gave BJP 147, Trinamool Congress 143 in 2021. Trinamool ended up with 214 and BJP 77. And then some exit pollsters, I don't want to name or blame anybody, they ended up crying on national TV. In 2024, The poll of polls gave BJP 28 seats and Trinamool Congress 14, and you can verify it. Trinamool ended up with 29 and BJP 12. So my only humble submission is that there should be, I think it is high time that all over all the media channels and everywhere, the people who are conducting exit polls, with all due respect, there should be some sort of accountability. Number one. And number two, my last submission is this, that after giving BJP's full might in Bengal, Pradhan Mantri for the first time in a state election said, I am on the ticket, mere ko aap vote dijiye. So if these are the numbers, and if these numbers hold true, then BJP is forming the government and Trinamool Congress is losing. So will BJP and the people who are doing the polls take a simple challenge that if come 4th May, BJP cannot cross 100, and please hear me clearly, if BJP cannot cross 100 and Trinamool Congress touches 200, will Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi resign?
I know Derek O'Brien is already tweeting and saying all things about polls, but look at these poll numbers, and I want to draw your attention to these. Just go through it, Madhav. It is like a cliffhanger.
Pretty much as far as CPM, Congress and others are concerned, that's not really going to play a major picture. I'm just going to focus on these two columns because if you look at each poll, each one has painted a vividly different picture. Look at Madrid. They are saying 125 to 140 for TMC, and BJP gets in this scenario 146 to 161, one of the highest, including P mark, which is 118 to 138 for TMC, and similarly for BJP at about 150 to 175. So these two polls are predicting a clear majority as such as far as BJP is concerned. If you look at People's Pulse, they are saying 177 to 187 for TMC, BJP at 95 to 110. And at the same time, of course, that's pretty much the only poll, because if you look at the other polls as well, Praja Poll as well as Poll Diary are giving clear majority as far as the BJP is concerned. So People's Pulse has a very interesting number. But if you look at even Praja Poll and Poll Diary, the numbers that they're giving to the TMC are far less than PMark and Matriza. Let's look at the poll of polls. 122 to 142 for the TMC, BJP 141 to 164. So BJP a slight advantage over here as far as the halfway mark is concerned. Perhaps if you take the aggregate of the poll of polls, and of course has the advantage. But I have a question. If we have a larger number of voters, notwithstanding the voter percentage, but the actual voter Shekhar here about 20 lakhs ahead more in the first phase, and that's expected to be a similar trend in the second phase. Is this not a wave election? Can one really say so? And if so, would it not be a completely landslide? It would be this close. Is that really possible?
No, the problem with these projections is, BJP doesn't have that kind of a thing to, win in the second phase so many seats. See, from 18, you can't jump to 100 plus. Hello. See, I'll tell you, the People's Pulse, where I see Mamata crossing the half-line mark, getting 20 more, that looks more realistic.
Okay, Pradeep Bhandari is now sharpening his claws and he's going to come out gunning for everybody. Come on.
First of all, Navika ji, the spokesperson of Bobby Hakim peddled fake news. It was an AI-generated video. No CRPF has slapped an old man.
That is a Bobby Hakim.
Do not revert. Do not. I was listening to. Is Bobby Hakim not this part of Trinamool Congress? Has he resigned from TMC?
He is not.
Is Bobby Hakim not? Are you a TMC spokesperson? Are you a TMC? Navika ji, I will
Let's get to the point. He's a TMC man. Spokesperson or not is besides the point.
Stop being a TMC stooge out here.
Let's get to the point. Complete your point.
Yeah. First of all, it's fake news. No CRPF Jawan has slapped an old man. It's an AI peddled video which is circulated by Trinamool Congress. Point number 2. Please note this down. Not just the BJP will cross the majority mark, the BJP will emphatically one-way win this election. He was absolutely correct, because in 2021, 1,681 incidents of violence was there. This is why Calcutta High Court had to say after elections, there is no rule of law, law of the ruler. This time the goons like Jahangir and the goons of Trinamool Congress were not able to scientifically rig the elections, except 2 booths of Falta where you will see voting happening again. Now to Shekhar Iyer. 38% is what the vote the Bharatiya Janata Party got in the last assembly election, which was a 28% jump in the last election. In 2024 assembly Lok Sabha projections, if you add the projections, we are sitting at a base of 90. We just need a 4,000 seat increase to touch a base of 40 in 140 in 40 seats. Now coming to it, in the past also it has happened in Bengal. Recall the jump of Trinamool Congress by 15% between 2006 and 11, where the voting had increased by 4 percentage points. Here you are seeing voting increase by 8 percentage point. Study 16 assembly elections in Bengal. Whenever the voting has jumped by more than 4%, you have seen an anti-incumbency vote. So not just the BJP will win, sir.
Riju Datta, he's making a fair point. He's making a fair point. Look at the change between 2016 and 2021. The BJP grew by leaps and bounds from 10% of the vote to about 38% of the vote. Can't they do it again? And the highest ever voter turnout happened in 2011. Is it history repeating itself?
Can I come in, Navika ji?
Yes, sir. Questions are to you, sir.
Yes, see, rather than going into this nitty-gritty and these numbers, which I completely disagree, and I don't even give these numbers the worth. The paper that is printed on is probably worth more than these numbers. But again, I will say one thing. Pradeep Bhandari is extremely confident, good for him. According to these numbers, BJP is forming the government. He does not have to align chairs anymore. He will probably become a minister or something. Good for them. All the best. One question.
Being a stooge of Bobby Hakim. You know what Bobby Hakim said? He wants to make Calcutta Muslim majority. We'll not let that happen. Do not worry. You'll not be able to do counting also this time.
Navika ji, undue advantage from the studio. Can I finish my point?
No, there's no.
That's why I keep inviting. You to the studio, Riju Datta.
Can I finish?
All right, Pradeep, allow him to speak. Allow him.
Yes. So again, I will go back to my question.
Okay, 1 minute, gentlemen. Take a deep breath. Pranayam kariye. Pranayam kariye.
ऐसा कहना हो बे
Okay, all right. Please lower the fader of the studio. Riju Datta, 45 seconds to Riju Datta. Let him complete his point. Pradeep, I'm coming to you. Hold on.
I just need 10 seconds. Rather than giving all these bombastic dialogues on your channel, does Pradeep Bhandari, the BJP spokesperson, have the guts to say that if BJP does not cross 100, Narendra Modi will resign? Finished. End of conversation.
ये कहाँ से आ रहा है भाई? ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? You don't believe the numbers. You don't believe the numbers. Well, let me.
गोवा में जिसको देश के हर कोने में जीरो मिली और इसको बंगाल की जनता भी सत्ता से हटाएगी।
इंतजार करो। दिनेश वार्ष्णेय
को बंगाल की जनता तोड़ेगी। इंतजार करो तुम।
Dinesh Varshney also on the show. Left parties not making any significant inroads into anything here as the numbers are stacked. CPM 0 everywhere. Congress, some people are giving it 2 seats, everybody else is giving it a 0. So Dinesh Varshney, where is the left? Where is the left? Where is the Congress? Is it just a bipolar contest?
No. First of all, this is a narrative of the television channel that this poll in Bengal was only between BJP and TMC. It is not. Left is fighting very boldly and we are expecting to win some seats and we will be performing better vote percentage in many of the seats this time, even in first phase and second phase. As far as seats are concerned, we may win some seats, but this is not an election between BJP and Congress, though the channels have tried their level best to even these, I have serious objections to these numbers shown in the poll survey.
Last time, sir, how many did you have? Last time, how many did you have?
Last time we lost all seats.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
Last time we lost all seats, but before that we had 8 seats.
Okay.
We lost all seats. But this is not necessary that last time if we lost, we will not win this time. We have won many of the municipal elections during these polls last time in West Bengal.
Okay.
Even last time the poll said that in Kerala we are left front government is going back, is going to lose, but we won. And same time this will happen also. So this poll came at around 3 p.m. and people are voting. Still people are voting in many of the votes. 40% people have only given this opinion in survey.
66 could well be on the way to even crossing perhaps the first phase, which was at around 93%. That number could perhaps be increased. It's at 91.66%. And this is, of course, voting till about 7 p.m. The numbers, of course, constantly get updated, particularly as the rural districts, those areas where there may be large clues as far as the polling booths are concerned. People vote over there, and that number does rise by around 9:30. Perhaps we would have the final figure as far as the final turnout in the state of West Bengal is concerned. But I believe we have all the poll of poll numbers. Let's quickly go across to the poll of poll numbers before we shift focus. This is, of course, West Bengal. 122 to 142 is it what's predicted for the TMC, BJP 141 to 164, and of course 2 to 5 for others. Let's look at other states.
All group, what is their poll showing?
Well, we don't carry other channels polls.
You
so
carry?
You'll, these are pollsters.
No, I just actually wanted to know what are they.
We'll check that and come back to you. Let's take a look at Kerala.
Yeah, Kerala, vote 5 is 58 to 68 for LDF, UDF at 70 to 80. And how it stacks up as far as the poll of polls is concerned, 55 to 65 for LDF, 73 to 84 for the UDF. So UDF clearly, of course, forming the government as far as these poll of polls and exit polls are concerned. Let's look at the next state as well. If we can quickly bring in Assam numbers. This is how Assam numbers are stacked up as far as the poll diary, PMark, Matrice, Vote 5 and Axis My India polls. 87 to 99 for the NDA. The Congress just managing to get 23 to 33, 2 to 6 in fact as far as the AIDF is concerned. And that of course clearly gives the numbers in a 126 seat assembly to the NDA alliance in Assam. Tamil Nadu, another big state that is, of course, going to see some interesting numbers. Various predictions. JVC's poll, of course, the outlier over there, giving 75 to 95, and ADMK, of course, getting 128 to 147. The poll of poll numbers, 112 to 129 for the DMK alliance. ADMK gets 86 to 103. TVK, which was expected to make a huge splash, gets 13 to 19, and others get 1 to 5. So this is how the poll of poll numbers are really stacked up as far as the 4 states that are going to the polls are concerned. And of course, there is also, of course, all right, this is the Tamil Nadu update. All right, I believe this is the new addition. Axis My India's numbers 92 to 110 for DMK.
And look at the TVK numbers. Oh my God!
Wow.
So this is what I was discussing with Shekhar Iyer earlier.
Can we check the graphic? It's
have we inverted ADMK
TVK numbers.
Yeah, we need to perhaps.
Wow.
No, this is
the government if this number.
This is
the correct number.
Well,
so
may
what's
I
happening
tell you that
Shekhar Iyer, all the youth, all the women. One second. This is believed to be true. What has happened over here? They are actually getting more than even the DMK. Is that really
I'm inclined to form a political party and go for the exit polls, Madhav.
Yeah, it's true.
Phenomenal.
Well, Access My India
this is true.
Access My India is giving 90 to 120 to
if this is true, Vijay will become chief minister. The AIADMK will support him from outside. If this number is true.
Without any mind.
This is not my number. This is Access My India's number.
I object. Harish ji, I object. Please do not cast aspersions on the voters.
Generally,
the Tamil Nadu people are not that on the voters. They are very intelligent. Every election they choose their government.
Who directly come to the
just because
CM
they
chair.
choose DVK does not mean that the voters are.
Navika, give me a fact.
Anand.
Very unfortunate, and I think 2 panelists should have the large heart to apologize, Harish ji and Sanjay. Why do we patronize the voters? Now he's saying if this is true, do you think Tamil Nadu voters are that foolish? Sanjay is saying, well, are they so bigoted that they are voting BJP? People who have voted DMK have also voted, Harish, 1 second. People who have voted Congress have voted BJP, removed BJP, voted Congress again. It's nothing to do with bigotry or polarization. Harish, let me
due respect.
So please.
MGR, before becoming the CM, he was there with the politics for almost 25 years. And this guy, with due respect to Mr. Vijay, want directly to switch from the film directly
I
to
don't
the
believe
chair.
this personally.
Do you think the people of Tamil Nadu who are there for almost 100 years have been civilized with the ideological fact will directly go and want to give this kind of majority?
If people have made up their mind, they've made up their mind. It doesn't matter whether
I strongly object anybody calling names to the voters. The voters are the bosses, my friend, for all political parties. Political parties and political leaders should never forget they report to the people of India, and it is the people who take a decision, make a decision. Do not call them silly, stupid, foolish. Please Unacceptable.
Clear.
I, unlike the DMK spokesperson, we bow down to the voter, whatever the verdict is, but I make two bold predictions. Post these election results, you will see the India alliance falling apart, people in the India alliance not accepting Rahul Gandhi's leadership, and you will see reconfiguration of the India alliance happening after this.
The same kind of propaganda has been given on
Pradeep Bhandari, 1 minute. Even before Bengal elections were concluded. Harish, 1 minute, can I speak? Pradeep Bhandari, the BJP was busy getting people over from other political parties in the opposition even while elections were going. We don't have to wait for elections for that to happen. आप किसी भी मौसम में ले सकते हैं दूसरी तरफ से लोगों को
ये शास्त्रों में लिखा है
हाँ और हम सब कल पैदा हुए थे ये भी शास्त्रों में लिखा है
1 minute on this number. I just want to come in. Yeah.
About this, it looks very, out of this thing, character out of place to see that TVK making that big. But we know that this has happened in 1983. N.T. Ramarao did it. And so there is always a novelty factor. I always believe, and I discussed with Zaka, that for TVK it's now or never. So there cannot be a sequel, there cannot be a remake of that.
Absolutely. And in southern states, film personalities have held an attraction. MGR, Jayalalitha, NTR have been phenomenons of the past. Shekhar Iyer, you can't disagree with
Amika, you cannot compare NTR and Vijay. See, that is the problem. And also, don't forget the one elephant we are not discussing in the room. How much of money the ruling combiners spent on each voter, apart from the announcements in the manifestos?
How much of money Jagan spent, Jagan gave. See, the point is that nobody, I don't think any one of us, I have to tell you that Vijay's support, the noise is so much. The noise is so much. But when we had to go to the rural villages, that is where we found that his support was shallow. But on the streets of Chennai, in the urban areas, so many people were shouting Vijay, 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 unprecedented.
Votes and seats, we don't know. We are completely out of time. I can just sum up these elections. Assam, well, most polls saying goes to the NDA. Bengal, the jury is out, extremely close, extremely keenly contested. One poll is an outlier which gives it to the TMC. All the others show a close contest with the BJP. Is one right or all the others right? We don't know. Tamil Nadu, one outlier which gives it to the ADMK and one gives it to TVK. All the others give it to the DMK. Even Stevens, there's a lot of discussion that will happen. Khela to roz ho raha hai. Kerala, well, most people saying the UDF is coming in, LDF is going out. It will be a communist Mukt Bharat after that. And Puducherry, advantage NDA. That's the way it's stacked, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, remember to be with us all evening today as we look at these numbers. And of course, 4th of May, the Election News headquarters here on Times Now, because it's not done till the results actually keep coming in, pouring in on Result Day Live. We'll see you then. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Zaka?
Good night, and our coverage continues right on the other side. Pranesh will be here. The national picture. There's been some big, bold predictions. India alliance will collapse. Will that happen or not? We'll know right on the other side. Stay with Times Now.